Today on episode 220 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, new segment Blast or Pass, college basketball rundown, our small business shout out, and the TCF top 3 of the 2024 MLB batting practice hats. Let's roll. Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 220. Make sure to find us on X at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook and Instagram. Give those pages a like as well. Head on over to YouTube for all of our content in video form. Hit the red subscribe button when you type in Typical Chicago Fans there. Wherever you get your podcast, we are there as well. So make sure you subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can, wherever you get your podcast. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF. Make sure to follow the gentleman that I'm joined with today. That is Zach at ZLiliaTCF. Zach, I hate to say it, but it feels like spring, baby.
Well, let's go. I know it. We had every type of weather situation you can have within a 24-hour span.
Yes,
but I think we are back on the other side, and we are hopefully in spring.
I hate to jump the gun too soon because we have been known for doing that in the past, calling the winter was over when it most certainly was not over. But this week we're looking at 70s, in the 50s. Doesn't look, I mean, we might get some rain down in the 40s, but hopefully no more 30-degree stuff. So start getting the golf clubs out here soon.
No, we had went from 75 to like 25.
Yeah.
Tornadoes, snow, rain. So I think we're ready for some good weather.
We saw it all this week, that is for sure. But let's jump into it. As always, sinkers and floaters. And mine is probably a little related to the weather. And my sinker is illness, and more specifically, pink eye. I'm 33 and a half years old, and I got pink eye last week for the first time in my life. I didn't know that was something that adults could get. My son had it, 2 months ago, back in December. But
it must be going around because I know like 4 adults that have gotten pink eye in the last month.
Yeah, I thought it was a kid's thing, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I had pink eye and don't really know. I don't know how I got it, but like you said, it's going around. Started almost 2 weeks ago now, just not feeling great. But now, or then it evolved into that. I went and played basketball Sunday night, and eyes looked terrible, and woke up Monday morning and my eyes were sealed shut. So that was a fun way to get the week going.
You're around a lot of humans, so
that is true. That is true. So, but we're on
the
wild
though, because it's just, you look like a weirdo. No offense, but like you just one eye is just super red.
Yeah, it looks like
feeling better for like the next few days. Your one eye is just like looks gross.
Well, and it's funny because it was last Monday that I went and got checked out. That's when it was at its worst. But the Thursday before, I was just not feeling good, just run down, tired, end of basketball season. And I actually felt worse that day than I did the day I had pink eye. I never really felt really bad. I was tired, but it looked like I had spent the weekend on Willie Nelson's tour bus, so it was a tough couple days.
Half your face.
Yeah, it started in this eye, then moved to this eye, and then it was just getting rid of it from there. So
that's wild. But I've known 3 or 4 people who have gotten pink eye. So maybe it's just going around.
It is. I get. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, my sinker though is it's losing things have to be somewhere. I don't know if that's a weird way of wording it, but I lost my charging case for my AirPods, have the headphones, so the charging case has to be somewhere close, and I cannot find it. Been looking for 3 days, and I thought I lost it in my house, so I'm at the point where everything I do, I'm just looking for the headphones.
Yeah,
just is it here? Is it here? Not the headphones, but the charging case. And I think I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those things you'll just, until you find it, it's gonna just eat at you.
I'm not sure how it works, but I'm hoping it's just like I can just get I have the headphones, so I just need something to charge them. So I hope it's not that hard.
If I know that greedy corporation that
Oh,
you
I'm gonna have
just
to buy a
worship,
whole
Apple,
new thing.
you're gonna have to buy all new ones.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, and then what was that? The Saint Anthony prayer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been trying
Saint
that.
Anthony,
Hasn't
please
worked.
come around. Something's missing and must be found.
Well, I haven't found it yet, but yeah, just losing things in general that have to be somewhere within like my house or work.
Yeah, you don't go that many places,
And because I had the headphones usually don't go too far from the charging case.
Yeah,
and I had the headphones, so I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, and you're gonna find it in the dumbest place. You're
I'm gonna get a new charger, and I'm gonna go through all this, and then I'm gonna find it, and it'll be sitting somewhere stupid.
Never a dull moment, man.
No.
My floater is March Madness. We are officially, it's the first podcast in the month of March. Obviously, college basketball, which we love, we talk about a lot, but high school basketball, March Madness, and I will argue anyone till I'm blue in the face. Illinois has the best March Madness high school basketball tournament in the country. Obviously, feeling a little run down the week of regionals. Didn't make it out to a ton of games that week, but now, shout out to the NFHS network. I was able that first week to sit and watch games from the comfort of my living room. And then last week we went to a bunch of sectional games. We got lucky that a sectional was being held here in Mendota. So we were up there every night, going to DeKalb for the Supers tomorrow, and then down to state this weekend, taking my basketball team down there. I have been at every single state tournament since the year 1991, since I was 6 months old. So it's my favorite time of the year. March, although it's a drag of a month, it is my favorite month of the year. I don't think there's any doubt to it.
Yeah, and then right around the corner you got college basketball, so it's a great time of year for Boomy.
It is my favorite in a perfect world. And getting to take my son we took him to 3.
He's so good too at the games.
He is, man. He doesn't get fussy. If he actually watches the game, he's at that age where he can just get fixated on watching the ball get moved around. So, yeah, it's been a good week, and looking forward to super sectional and state tournament week into the selection show here in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, then also conference tournament too.
That is true. Yeah, the March Madness before March.
Some would say, and I'm not going to be the one to say it, but it's almost better than. March Madness is awesome, but it's so competitive in the conference tournament,
and everybody's alive for the most part.
And the teams that would have never had a chance to be in the tournament who win their conference tournament, that's just awesome.
Yep, absolutely. It's my favorite month for sure.
My floater is I've said it 100 times. It's the most I've used as a floater. Golfing. We're back. For somebody like me that's just looking for something to do all the time, like today after the podcast, I would go out and golf a little bit. It's almost here. I think probably the middle of March is when our course is going to open up, and it means that I will be golfing more than anything else I do for the next, hopefully, 5 months.
Yep.
But I'm just so excited this time of year with going out there and hopefully being a little better with the not drinking.
I was actually just going to say that because I've made the comment to you and to basically everyone we play golf with that when you're not drinking, you're a much better golfer. And obviously you've been almost 6 months now. So that handicap is coming down.
So I'm nervous though, because if it goes the other way, man, I'm like, oh no. But no, I'm excited because you can work on more things too. When by the end of the round, you're not, you actually remember what you're doing.
Yeah, you're not sprinting to the bar.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and I just love golf too because I live so close to the golf course. And then me and Boomy both have golf carts there that we can just kind of go take the cart out. We don't really have to worry about too much. golf however many holes we want to, and then go home on like a random Tuesday night or something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best.
And it just means it's nice weather too.
They go hand in hand, man. Like I said, it's the best time of the year, early spring.
I love golf, but I don't play golf in cold weather. So,
I'm with you. Once it drops below 50, my clubs get put away for the year.
Yeah, it's awesome too, because I think it makes golf you appreciate golf more around here when you had to take like 3-4 months off. And
unlike in like Florida or Arizona when you can play year round, you don't appreciate it as much.
Yeah, it's always available, but here you only have 6-7 months a year.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, that's 100%.
Even when Wisconsin, up north, kind of where my grandparents had a place in Saint Germain, they're only open probably 4 months, 5 months a year. Like, it's very small window, so it's even more cherished up there.
That is true. Imagine how much they appreciate it in Alaska.
Yeah, but also the problem with that is it makes it more expensive.
That's fair. That is fair. Let's go ahead and swing into the TCF Sports Minute. We'll start off with the Blackhawks. Holy cow, are they awful? 15, 41, and 5. What?
We want them to be bad.
I mean, they're the worst team in the NHL. I'm not going to disagree with you at all, and it's not even really close. I mean, they are so bad, dude. I don't even really know how to put it into words because, like, I haven't.
But they're fun to watch because teams like to go after Bedard, and then his teammates don't like that, and it's starting to get a little fun with. Seems like every once in a while there's teams that just want to get under Bedard's skin, and his teammates do not like it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what those guys got to realize is like.
He had a cheap shot the other night, and somebody on the Blackhawks goes, "Well, we'll see you Monday."
Yeah,
it's just like,
but that's what they got to do. That's what they have to do. They have to understand.
It's fun to watch too because there's fights and stuff. At least it makes it more exciting.
Yeah, but those guys that are not named Connor Bedard have to understand, like, their job is to protect the kid. And
hey, if you like the Blackhawks, the Ice Hogs, I have seen have gotten hot as of late.
Yes, they were down, I think, 3-0 last night on Saturday night. Came back and won 5-4.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better, and they got some young guys down there that will most likely be up with the Blackhawks next year. So hey,
yeah, and I know that they have struggled. I know it hasn't been like a great.
Yeah, the first part of the season was tough for them, but as of late,
they have been coming on. I'm pulling up the standings right here. They're only in fourth. They're not that far out. They are 24-21. So they're 24, 21, and 5. They're way behind in points, though. That's because Milwaukee is apparently a wagon. They have 55 points in fourth place. They could theoretically get themselves into second. They're not going to catch Milwaukee, who's in
getting the playoffs. Just get in the playoffs.
Hey, I wouldn't hate that at all.
So me and Boomy, I think, was it 2 years ago we went to a playoff game?
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago now. Yeah, because it wasn't last year. It had to have been 2 years ago. But yeah, Blackhawks stink. Ice Hogs keep getting good. Keep getting guys developed for the NHL.
But hey, we want the Blackhawks to stink. We just want Connor Bedard to stay healthy.
If they don't win another game the rest of the year, I won't be too upset.
Yeah. Bedard, I think it was like his 25th assist last night.
Yeah, the kid is so good, and he was hurt for a month, so
yeah,
that says a lot there. Let me see what's he at as far as he's got 17 goals, 41 assists. So
41 assists? Are you sure?
I'm looking at it right here. Player stats: Connor Bedard, 17 goals. Oh no, I'm sorry, 24 assists, 41 points.
I was gonna say, okay. I just said that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
but yeah, and that's being out for a month and a half. So
that is true.
The
other
team we have to talk about here stinks. This team stinks, and there's nothing good going to happen with them.
The Bulls, yeah, it's bad. Like we talked
Awful.
about last week, Patrick Williams out, Zach LaVine done for the year, obviously.
How do we lose to the Pistons and then on the second night of a back-to-back beat the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah,
Like,
who are,
doesn't
I mean,
make any
everybody's
sense.
better than the Pistons.
Caruso's kind of hurt again and in and out of the lineup, so who knows what's going to happen with that. Kobe White's kind of coming back to earth. Like, he's not playing like he was before the All-Star break. This team is just so frustrating to watch.
And that's the thing, is they're frustrating, and they're still going to end up in the play-in tournament.
Oh yeah, they're stuck in 9th place, I think.
I mean, they're still 4.5 games up of being out of it. So like they're
you know what I mean?
19.5
like
games out. And
if you look at the standings in the 9th spot, teams around them, it would be quite dramatic fall if they got out of 9th place or 10th place.
Yeah, they're 5.5 games behind the 8th seed, and I don't think they're going to catch Indiana.
No, I mean, but they're stuck. Like, what does that matter? Like, 9th or 10th, you got to win 2 series to get into the playoffs, and then even if you do, you're going to get blown out by whoever you play.
Yeah, it's not gonna go good. But
like I said, there's not a single team in the NBA that the Bulls can beat 4 out of 7 times.
Yep, the only team I would say I think Washington is the worst team in the NBA, but I wouldn't even put money that the Bulls could beat them 4 out of 7.
They just watch the Pistons.
Yeah, who are
awful,
just ungodly.
And if they would have lost to the Pistons on the back-to-back, maybe you understand, but they lost to them on the night before and then go on the back-to-back and beat the Cleveland Cavaliers,
who are in 2nd in the East.
Yeah, what is that? That makes no sense.
Make some sense out of that.
That's why they're just so inconsistent. And you want to go, oh, they beat the Cavaliers. But with that inconsistency, what does it matter?
Yep. Basketball purgatory. We talk about it all the time.
And they're going nowhere. There's no like happy news for the future of the Bulls.
No. It's just we're having the same exact conversation.
And really, I don't know. This might sound dumb, but with the NIL, I think a lot of the kids are staying in college basketball a lot longer, and you're not getting these crazy drafts every year.
Yeah, and we'll get into it, later in the year. But I think the NBA draft this year stinks.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Because I think with all the money these guys are getting in college basketball, it's a sport where it's almost more fun to stick around at a fun college.
Yep.
Than go to the NBA.
Yeah, especially if you're making money. So
yeah, you're making millions of dollars too.
Moving on, the Cubs 4-4 down in spring training. It looks like Ian Happ is going to be out day to day with a pulled hammy.
I would say you won't see him most likely until right around opening day.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
But we had a good question with my group of friends. Why does so many baseball players pull hamstrings?
That's a good question.
Is it because they run out of the box? But I don't understand it. They think they would stretch.
They do. I mean, if you go to a game, they stretch it.
You know what I mean? It seems like hamstrings are 3/4 of the injuries in Major League Baseball.
Here's my theory, Zach, is because baseball has a lot of downtime, right?
Yeah, and you're sitting in the dugout and you get up and go.
You can stretch all you want. You can stretch for an hour, but you stand around for, say you don't bat in the first 6 positions on the lineup, but so you've stood around, maybe it's a slow, in the outfield, okay, you might have jogged a little bit. You're standing around for an inning, 2, you're an inning or 2, you're in the dugout waiting for your spot, and then you're expected to be explosive and go from 0 to 100, and that just takes a big toll on those muscles that you use to explode when you're running.
You get thinking about it too. It's just you have a long inning. Say you bat around, you're not playing your position for 30 minutes.
Yep. Or you're standing. Maybe you got a pitcher who can't find the strike zone, and you're standing in left field for 15 minutes, not doing anything. Yeah, that's got to be a part of it. showed up, made his Cubs debut on Saturday. 2 1/3, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts.
I think he gave him a 3-run homer and then went 1-2-3.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think the kid's going to be pretty good, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for him.
I'm very excited. Justin Steele pitched on Friday. Cody Bellinger, they say, I don't even know if he really needs to play much in spring training, but they said like 7 to 10 days. I'm excited for the Cubs.
I definitely want him out there, especially in that last week. I don't want him going into opening day cold. He's got to get some in game.
Oh yeah, you're right. He will. They're not gonna not just throw him out there first game, but
even if they can get him 2.5 weeks of playing every other day just to get back. I
don't like the Ian Happ injury, but we have a lot of outfielders right now.
That is true.
He needs some time. So
hey, bring back Michael Hermosillo.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many outfielders that the Cubs have in spring training.
That is true. The White Sox 3-7 on the spring. I don't know about you, Zach. I don't have a ton on the White Sox. This is going to be a tough year for me to find stuff on them to talk about.
I mean, it's a tough year for anyone to find anything on the White Sox, especially once they get rid of Dylan Cease at some point. It's going to be a bad season.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. There's no real other way. They were involved in a trade with the Cubs. They acquired Bailey Horn from the Cubs in exchange for Matthew Thompson. The Cubs had to make a roster move to get Bellinger a spot on the 40-man. So that's really the biggest thing coming out of White Sox camp.
Yeah, it's just no good news. There's nothing to be happy about, really. I mean, Luis Robert, Eloy. Other than that, I don't know what there is to be looking forward to.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. That is for sure. On a different note, the Bears. It was NFL Combine week. Caleb Williams did not throw. Does that concern you at all, Zach?
No. Well, no, because I mean, I just don't think that he, first of all, needs to do something like that. Nothing to really prove. And guys like Joe Milton are out there throwing 70-yard bombs, which are awesome to see. But is he going to get drafted the top 5 quarterbacks?
Maybe he should.
You know what I mean? Though, that kind of stuff, I think it would just cloud your thinking of the quarterback. He goes out there, he throws a few bad passes or something. You're like, oh man, this guy stinks. This is that. Yeah. He has nothing to prove.
And he's gonna have pro days,
he'll have pro days, and he'll look awesome and whatever. No, I'm not worried about that. It's nice to actually hear from Caleb Williams, and it's always a speculation. He doesn't want to go to the Bears and this and that. He's gonna play for the Bears.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not saying I thought it was the decision I wanted to make. I would like to keep Justin Fields, but I think at this point, there's no way that they do not draft Caleb Williams. There's just no way.
I agree. I think it's very and I don't know about you, Zach, and I might be jaded because football is my third favorite major sport. I could not possibly, or I could, the NFL Combine means absolutely. I don't care.
What's the point of it?
I don't care.
That guy from Texas who broke the record for 40-yard dash, that's cool. But that's going to keep getting broken and stuff.
So did John Ross, and he was terrible in the NFL.
Yeah, especially the basketball combine. What's the point of these?
And I'm a basketball junkie, and even I will just, if it's a very slow day and that's starting at 10 a.m., I'll throw the basketball combine on just as
you're watching. The nice thing about basketball is you're watching pretty much a pickup game.
Yeah,
for a lot of it. That's kind of interesting, but really, truthfully, what are you getting from it?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not playing other professional athletes.
Yeah, I could. I
think a combine would be if they had Aaron Donald out there going after the quarterback in actual NFL situations.
Yeah, let's see, Joe Milton, how good you are with Aaron Donald.
Well, in the basketball combine, if they had Wembanyama go in there and defend some of the guys and stuff like that, or actual NBA defenders.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, I don't care about anything that happens in the NFL until obviously free agency.
The crazy part is for a lot of these guys, it's the biggest event that they can go to try and get into the NFL.
Yeah, especially those like fringe guys, right? The late round picks. This is big for them, but like
it's impossible to watch because you don't understand. Like, especially
don't care.
The NFL is just a bunch of drills.
Yeah, I just find it so hard to care. Obviously, free agency will be starting here pretty soon. That'll be very important and something to follow.
It's
along
like what everyone keeps going on about the Bears getting Marvin Harrison Jr., which would be awesome, but they go, would the Bears go out in free agency real quick and get Mike Evans?
Exactly.
Then you don't really need to do that. I mean, you would love to have Marvin Harrison Jr., but
I think
what if they get a few wide receivers in free agency?
Evans.
No, but you know what I mean. A guy like that,
it changes the dynamic of what you're going to do in the draft.
Yeah, in the draft.
Exactly.
You go from we should get a wide receiver, even though, I mean, we have DJ Moore, and then you'd have Mike Evans and stuff. I mean, you'd still want, in a fantasy world, you'd love to get every good wide receiver, but if you got enough, then that's not your thought. And the Bears are in a spot where they could get Caleb Williams and then the best defensive player in the draft.
Yep.
At 9.
You're not wrong. And that's the thing. Like, if you go load up on wide receivers, okay, well, what are you going to do about your offensive line issue?
Yeah. But they were saying that there could be no defensive players taken in the top 10. And I mean, unless the Bears take one, which I think they will.
Yeah.
Which is just, the Bears they're falling into some great spots.
Yes, they are. The opportunity is there. Also, speaking of a great spot, Zach, I know a great spot. You can get some great coffee. Wearing the shirt right now, Connect Roasters Coffee, our friends over in Bourbonnais. They make the best coffee around that you are going to find. They work with our guy, Dom Frederick. I bet you Ian Happ, while he's rehabbing, is starting every morning off before his treatment with a nice cup of Connect Roasters Coffee. Make sure you check them out at connectroasters.com. Find them on X at Connect Roasters as well. If you're over in the Bourbonnais area, make sure you stop at the storefront. Get yourself a delicious cup of coffee. Shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. So as always, get your week started off with some delicious coffee from our friends over at Connect Roasters. Let's jump in, Zach. I got a new segment, and I know it's because we're in a little, not a lull, but it's post-football season. So I created this one. It's called Blast or Pass. I got 5 music artists, and we'll tell the listeners whether we listen to them, whether we won't listen to them, if we're going to, go through, let it play, or skip to the next artist. So I'll start off with Queen Bee, Beyonce. You're a big Beyonce fan? Or are you listening to Beyonce?
Never listened.
Never, not a big Beyonce guy?
I mean, I've listened to the ones on the radio and whatever, but no, I don't go out of my way to listen to Beyonce.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like a lot of her, like,
she's the queen
stuff,
but
the Destiny's Child stuff I'm a much bigger fan of, but no, definitely not something in my normal rotation right now. Here's one I think people are going to be surprised by. Taylor Swift, number 2. You seem like a Swiftie. No?
Been to a Taylor Swift concert back in like 2012, but no.
Maybe you are a Swift guy. You're just a closeted Swiftie.
Don't listen. I do not listen.
I am admittedly not a country fan, and my sister was like the biggest Taylor Swift fan on the planet from like 2005 to 2015, I guess. So no, I do not. I probably couldn't name more than 5 songs. Just not for me. We won't get into any of the artists, but I'm a metalhead. I won't bring any.
I'm not that person that goes to turn off the Taylor Swift. I just don't listen.
Yeah, it's not for me. All right, Kanye West.
Oh yeah,
blasting.
I am Kanye.
Listen, and we're not gonna sit here and go, but like, removing, separating the art from the artist. Kanye is one of my all-time favorite rappers. He's in my top
makes good
5.
music.
He's a bit of a character, to say the least. But I don't know where you put him, but he is a top 5 rapper of all time for me.
Not for me, but
no. He's definitely up there. He might even be top 3.
I guess maybe he is. I don't really go through my top 5 a lot.
That's just how my brain
I
operates.
listen to a lot of different music.
That is true. A little bit more new age rap. 21 Savage. Blast or pass?
Probably pass.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest 21 Savage. Here's the
He's got
thing.
a few good songs, but I don't know if I can listen to a whole album.
I think his features.
Yeah, he's a great feature artist.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I sit with him. I much more prefer his features than his albums. Last but not least, Morgan Wallen.
Kind of. He has a lot of depressing songs.
Yeah, and I said this earlier. I don't listen to country music.
I like his music. I mean, he's got some good songs, but some of them are just so depressing.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of my logic behind why I don't listen to a lot of modern country. I
really like Zach Bryan, but a lot of his songs are kind of sad too.
Yeah, that's just it's just me being a non-country music snob, but I don't listen to either of those. A couple here and there, but.
Yeah, but we would name his bands that he likes, but no one would have any idea who they are.
Oh, come on, people. Slaughter to Prevail, Phil.
Yeah, you go to some of these bands' names and they're
Silent Planet.
We'll do this more often, too, so we'll have more bands. Maybe next time I'll bring the 5.
Yep, that's what we'll plan it next week. We'll keep it in the script. You come up with the 5, and we'll go from there. Let's jump in. We got college basketball, like we talked about earlier. It's the best time of year. College basketball rundown. Our rankings, those are going to change this week because we did have another loss in the top 5. Houston at 1, Purdue at 2, UConn at 3, Tennessee at 4, and Marquette at 5, who did lose to Creighton yesterday. I think, man, these top 5, there's like 7 teams that just keep interchanging the top 5. But I think we're going to see most of the 1 seeds coming out of that group that's there right now.
I think it's going to be one of the craziest March Madnesses of all time because there's so many good teams.
There's so much parity.
Yeah, there's not just like one great team.
Yeah. I still, at this moment, I think that Houston, Purdue, and UConn, I know they're top 3. I think those are probably the best 3 teams in the country, but there's also no reason that, like, come the NCAA tournament, that, like, an Illinois can't beat a UConn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a team, even looking down
at like a neutral court.
Yep. That, South Carolina can't take down Purdue. There's so much parity, so much good basketball. Good games coming up this week. I've got 6 down. Starting on Tuesday, we got 2 really good ones. Alabama at Florida, 2 ranked SEC teams, 2 teams you will see. Now is the time that football's done. Start tuning into these big games on ESPN to get yourself ready for the tournament, because both of these teams will be in the tournament. And also Purdue at Illinois. Illinois is playing really good lately. And I just can't even say lately. They have been all year.
When is that?
That is Tuesday night.
Isn't that crazy? You think about it. Tuesday, they're going to be Purdue, Illinois, and then like Friday night or Friday afternoon, like a 1A basketball team.
Yeah, that is true on that exact court. Yep, that is true. I didn't even think about it like that. Wednesday in the SEC, Tennessee at South Carolina, 2 ranked teams. Tennessee at 4, South Carolina at 18 currently. I think the SEC and maybe the Big Ten are kind of there in the running for the 2 and 3 best conferences in America behind the Big 12. 2 teams that will most certainly be playing in the tournament, so make sure you tune into that. And then Saturday, we got 3 really good ones. In the Big 12, we have Kansas at Houston, 2 teams in the top 10. Kansas at 7, Houston at 1. So that should be another good one. Kentucky at Tennessee out of the SEC. 2 very good teams. Calipari, those boys are still playing really well. Kentucky currently ranked 16th. And then finally, of course, Maddie's Tar Heels hosting the Duke Blue Devils in what I think is maybe the 4th or 5th best conference in the ACC. But again, 2 teams you're going to see in the NCAA tournament. A lot of good basketball going on. And I'm not sure. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm not sure what their schedule looks like this week. On Tuesday the 5th and Saturday the 9th, South Florida. On Tuesday, they play at home versus Tulane. On Saturday, they play at Tulsa. We probably have never been able to have this conversation, but South Florida, the South Florida Bulls are incredible this year. They are ranked 25th in the country as we speak, but they are 22-5. They're first in the American Conference. They are worth checking out. So Tuesday night, if you got multiple TVs and you can find them, make sure that you check out the South Florida Bulls. I don't ever remember South Florida even being a tournament team. So a good team to check out there.
It's exciting to see these teams go into like the conference tournament and March Madness, play each other on neutral courts.
Exactly. And then I think
that's when you really see who the best teams are.
Next week, we'll be previewing conference tournaments because those will be starting not this week, but the
Missouri Valley's the week before, right?
Yeah, I think Missouri Valley might start this weekend. Not 100% sure, but yep. So that is a college basketball rundown. Real quickly, Zach, let's go through our small business shout out. These are could be anything really, food places, shopping places, whatever you got. Do you have any small business shout outs this week?
I do. I'm trying to think about how I should go about this way. You go first.
All right. We got two. Me and the wife went out for a little day date yesterday. One in Oregon. It's right on the river, the Rock River. Hang on. I want to make sure I get the name of the place correct. It is. Holy cow. How am I drawing a blank here? I was just there less than 24 hours ago. I'll keep looking, but I'm going to find this here in just a second. In Byron, there is a place called the Hairy Cow. If you don't know, it's they have a brewery there, but it also they do like a pizza oven. They have this giant pizza oven that they've had to bring in. I think they said they brought it in on a flatbed. So it's incredible. I've been there a couple times. Yesterday was, I think, my second or third, but great brewery, great food, right there on the Rock River. And then the one in Oregon, I'm sorry, it's called the Hunt Club. It's definitely not something that like I would normally venture into because it is what it sounds like. It taxidermied animals everywhere, very much like an old hunting club, but the food was delicious. Bartenders were great. Drinks were good. The Hunt Club right there on the Rock River. So those two, the Hunt Club in Oregon and the Hairy Cow in Byron.
It's got like dead animals kind of.
Yeah, they have as soon as you open the door, there's a giant like 7-foot taxidermied bear that welcomes you as you come in the front doors. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I go here all the time lately. It's Ziggy's. We all love Ziggy's. And now they have a walk-up or a drive-up window. So if you don't want to go in, it's pretty much like going to like a McDonald's. You order on an app, you go right up to the window, and they bring you the food right out to the window. Or you want to go in. It's old school vibes. If you're from Mendota, you know what Ziggy's is. But yeah, they really during COVID they started getting drive-up meals, and then they built a drive-up window. So I think
I'll be
that's
honest,
very
Zach,
cool.
I live less than 2 miles away from Ziggy's. We go there all the time.
Very cheap,
but
quick food.
I have not stepped foot inside of Ziggy's since probably 2019.
Which is fine because you're still supporting the business.
Exactly. The app is incredible. That drive-up window is awesome.
They built the drive-up window for a reason. They didn't build it so you don't use it. So exactly. I think in a business like that, which has been there for a long time, to adapt like that is very cool too. They realized, hey, we got a lot of drive-up meals, drive-up orders. And if you get food there within 10 to 15 minutes, whatever you get is ready. So it's awesome.
It's the best. I'm with you.
And they've just made it easier.
It's I can't say enough good things about Ziggy's in the app and the Windows. So shout out Ziggy's as well. Let's wrap things up. As always, we've got the TCF top 3 last week. We did the spring training hats. And in an effort to continue to print money, New Era has also released their 2024 batting practice hats. So we're going to do the top 3 batting practice hats. I'll say this. I think the batting practice hats might be a little bit worse than the spring training hats because there are some clunkers here, but there's still some really good
$45
hats.
a piece too. So
at least probably $40 a hat. So do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I'm gonna go first. The Oakland Athletics. That is pretty sweet.
Got the old elephant on it.
Yeah, that is cool for a team that I have nothing really. They're not really that good. But, man, that's a cool hat.
They're awful. I like that one a lot. That is a good hat. And I could wear it with my Packers gear, so maybe I'll have to cop on that one. My first 2 picks, I'm going to go with the Colorado Rockies. I'm always impartial to red or purple. I like the pinstripe. The pinstripes, there's a lot of good pinstripe hats here. So I'm going to go with that Rockies hat. That's one of their better logos. And then the purple hat with the black pinstripes, I am all in on that. My second round pick, I will go. This is going to be controversial because I feel like a lot of people hate this. The Pittsburgh Pirates. They got the old pillbox hat with all the stars on it.
I like that.
I like that one a lot. It's loud. I like obnoxious stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be my second round pick.
My second round pick, I'm going to, let's see here. I like the Miami Marlins.
Which one? They have 2. Do you like the teal one or the darker blue one? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Minnesota.
Yeah, this is the one with the Marlin on it.
Yep, the teal stripes with the Marlin.
Yeah, it's kind of older school. School. You want to know what? I'm just going to do it because I got to stick with my guns here. The Brewers. I like that hat.
That one's awful.
I love it, dude. The old guy is swinging on it. That's sweet.
Oh, I don't like that one.
I do. Oh. It makes you like it even more.
I feel like it is. It's the Brewman, the old school swinging Brewman. No, I don't like that one for some reason.
Let's see your third then.
I will go with. I feel like I draft these guys too much when we do hat drafts. The Orioles, the old school Oriole, with it almost looks like their old batting helmets. I like that old retro logo that they have on those. What other? Do you have any other honorable mention? I almost went with the San Francisco Giants. I love that '90s logo.
The Guardians one's pretty cool.
Which one?
The Guardians.
Yeah, that was. That's probably what I should have went with.
The Cubs absolutely suck on there.
Yeah, it's boring.
What are we doing? We had boring as we can get.
And if you look up and see, a lot of them went to these stripe things going on. Like the Guardians is one I thought they did well, but the Reds, the Tigers, the Mets. They went to do these like weird stripe things, and I think they missed on those. The other one I did like was San Diego's. That looks like their old their old batting helmets from like the 80s.
I like Tampa Bay Sox ones because it's just a sock.
Yeah, I like the Red Sox as well. I think Houston's is awful. I think Houston might have the worst one.
Boston, boring. It's the same thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of Tampa Bay is up there, and the Philly one's stupid. I don't like the Philly Fanatic, so.
But yeah, I really like the Athletics.
Yeah, let us know what you guys like, what we missed out on here. But we thank you guys for joining us. Episode 220. Make sure you check us out on X at @typical_Chicago, Facebook and Instagram. Going over to YouTube, make sure you subscribe there for all of our content in video form. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. Tell a friend, tell another friend, tell some more friends. We're going to be coming back at least an episode a week. Some more content coming out on YouTube as well. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF. Find Zach there at Lilia TCF. Make sure that you're keeping in. We're going to keep the content coming out. So a couple new food reviews coming out here soon. But we thank you guys. Let's have a great week. College basketball, high school basketball, spring training rolling. It's going to be a great week.
Nice weather.
Thank you guys. What'd you say?
Nice weather.
Nice weather. That is probably the most important part. So thank you for joining us. This is episode 220 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.